2023 for Nintendo so far has been pretty freaking good. We've got a lot of great games and a lot of variety. Everything from Fire Emblem Engage to Metroid Prime Remastered to a Kirby Return to Dreamland back in February, even Bayonetta Origins in March. It's been pretty good spring. I mean, can you even imagine we got Advance Wars? Finally, Advance Wars came out just like a few weeks ago in April, and you know, people are really seeming to like that game. Nintendo still has some heavy hitters. I mean, they have the game of the year, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, coming out on May 12th. Then a little bit this summer, in July 21st, we have Pikmin 4, or should I call it the long rumored and awaited Pikmin 4, and I can't wait to see more of that game in the coming months. But, you know, as you guys know, you look at a calendar, and July is only the 7th month of the year. That's really only the midway point of the year. So I want you to come on a time machine with me, and we're going to predict what games from Nintendo are going to come out in the second half of the year, and more importantly, what we could expect from holiday season from Nintendo for 2023. Alright guys, let's jump into DeLorean and go to the future.
Hey Doc, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Oh, hey, hi. If you're new to my channel, well, nice to meet ya. I cover a lot of Zelda content on this channel. I also sprinkle in a little bit of that Sony PlayStation as well. Basically, I cover all the things that I'm interested in. I am an indie YouTuber. It means I don't have that many subscribers. I do this all on my own, but I am getting dangerously close to 3,000 subs. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that sub button and ringing the bell, I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get into this video. So like I said earlier, Nintendo's having a pretty great year so far. If you think about it, it's only April and we've already gotten a Fire Emblem game, a Metroid game, we've gotten a Kirby game, and there was a freaking Super Mario Bros. Movie. And you know, Zelda's coming out in the first half of the year, and I know Pikmin 4 kind of falls into the second half, but it's really all kind of that first big chunk of 2023. So there is a lot of year left where we just don't know anything. And usually when we find out all this information is in a big June Direct. It used to fall right smack down in the end of E3, but as we all know, there is no more E3. So is Nintendo going to have another big Direct in June, or are they going to do what they did last year and hold it in September? I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say there will be a Direct this year in June, and we'll really find out what the second half of the year looks like, and we'll get more clarity to like what games we could really expect to be coming out. But before I make some crazy, big, bold predictions, let's talk about what we already can assume will be coming out later this year. I think 3 key letters that we should all keep in the back of our head for the end of 2023 are DLC. So I have a good feeling that the end of 2023 is going to be a DLC fest. We already know that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have a big DLC patch coming out in the hidden treasure of Area Zero. I am not a Pokemon fan, so I don't even know what that means. These characters do look pretty crazy, so this is going to be the big Pokemon holiday release this year, and I'm sure it'll do great. I know that game, you know, had major performance issues, and they probably won't be fixed, but we'll be getting an update, so who knows, maybe they will fix it. Some more DLC that we know we're going to be getting is more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We're definitely going to be getting some new tracks, maybe even some new characters, and that's always really fun. And I know people have been saying that, you know, each packet of tracks have been getting better and better. Each wave has really been better than the last. You know, there's been more detail in each tracks. The tracks have just been cooler, and even original tracks. I know they just came out with a Yoshi's Island track. People loved it. The music was great, and it just looks really cool. So I'm really excited to see what kind of, you know, the holiday season or the fall season, maybe even a Halloween season, you know, wave of tracks could look like. I mean, this next DLC is less of a prediction and more of a promise, and that is that we're definitely going to be getting DLC for Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, the game comes out this May, so it wouldn't shock me at all. So we get the first DLC pack 6 months after the release in that October, November area. And who knows, it might be like a Trial of the Swords type of challenge pack where you have to complete a bunch of different, smaller missions in a row. Maybe they'll add Master Mode, even though that should be free. But I definitely think our first pack of DLC for Tears of the Kingdom will be this holiday season. So right there, that's 3 huge DLC packs. You got Pokemon, you got Mario Kart, and you got Zelda. But I really don't think Nintendo is going to stop there. I have a prediction. This is just a prediction for what I think their big holiday release for 2023 is going to be. So there are 3 games in my mind that I think Nintendo has been working on and can release any of them this holiday. So let me get the 2 out of the way first that I don't think are going to happen in 2023. The first one is this big Donkey Kong 3D adventure that we've been hearing rumors about for, I feels like 6 months to a year. They've been saying that a lot of the people from the Super Mario Odyssey team have actually been working on this 3D Donkey Kong game, and that it's looking pretty good. These are really only just rumors. This game has even been started or, even in creation, but, considering how little Donkey Kong we've seen in games recently, like we haven't got a new Donkey Kong game in almost a decade, which is blowing my mind how crazy that is. But I just don't think that if they had a new 3D Donkey Kong game, they would announce it halfway through the year and release it at the end of the year. For a game like that, I feel it would be more of a build-up. I feel like a game like that they would announce in March and then release it like 8-9 months later. I feel like the marketing cycle, they just want to really drag that out. Nintendo, with their big 3D games, usually want a longer marketing cycle. The next game, which is a game I know for a fact Nintendo is working on, is the next big 3D Mario game. Oh my god, I love Super Mario Odyssey so freaking much. I'm dying for a sequel. I don't know if the next 3D Mario game is gonna be a sequel, but Nintendo is working on it. Personally, at this point, in the back of my head, I want that game so badly, but I kind of think that is their, ace up their sleeve for a big launch title for the Switch 2, the Switch Pro, whatever they want to call it. If I was Nintendo, I'd personally have that be a launch title for the next console, and that's kind of what I'm thinking they're going to do, so I doubt that game's coming out this year also. One other game that I was just thinking about that I kind of forgot to mention before is Metroid Prime Part 2 and Part 3. There's rumors that those games are also being ported to the Switch. Not the full remaster, but it is reported that there are new controls and kind of like a baby upgrade, so that could release holiday 2023. But now for the big one. Now for their big holiday title. Remember, it needs to be big enough to sell units and be exciting, but also not that big, because if they announce it in June, the marketing is only going to be like 4 or 5 months. So it's got to be that in between. Not a massive 3D game, but still big enough, for people to get excited. And this is what that game is. Drum roll, please. A brand new 2D Mario game. That's right, Super Mario Bros. The movie just made $1 billion at the box office. We even got a true new 2D Mario game on the Switch. I'm not counting Mario Maker, because, come on, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about a brand new 2D Mario game, and not new Super Mario Bros. But I'm thinking about taking it back to the drawing board, giving us maybe a fresh art style, fresh gimmicks, fresh design, make it a new 2D Mario game with new ideas, something that really freshens up the franchise. Nintendo in the Switch generation has done such a good job with taking iconic IPs and kind of freshening them up for, a modern audience. Just look at Kirby and the Forgotten Land, look at even Breath of the Wild. I know those are 3D games, but they're taking older IPs and just freshening them up and making them new. A new 2D Mario game would just be amazing. First of all, everybody knows 2D Mario, so it would sell units, right? Even people that don't have Switches would be like, oh, that looks interesting. I played 2D Mario when I was a little kid. I should buy a Switch. So all those people buy in, and then the diehard Mario fans, the diehard Nintendo fans are just itching for something new from 2D Mario. And, you know, I'm talking about a fresh art style, I'm talking about maybe a fresh story, fresh mechanics, maybe multiple playable characters, maybe worlds that just we haven't seen before. I don't need like a remake of an older game, but I'm talking about something new and exciting. You know, Wario games, they don't come out that often, but usually when they do, they're totally fresh. And I know, I forget what it was called, I think Mario Shake It. That art style is just great. If they could do like a hand-drawn 2D Mario game, I think people would love it. Just give us something fresh, capitalize on the Super Mario movie, and you know, it would be another great year where you have a big Zelda title to start off the year in May and then close out the year with Mario. This would be an unbelievable swan song for the Switch. If it's true that 2024 there's going to be a Switch 2, let's go out with a bang in 2023 and kind of end the year and the holiday season with a brand new 2D Mario game. It's crazy to think that's not even May, and I'm already thinking about what big holiday games are coming out this year. I am sick in the head. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is right around the corner. I can't wait to get into that, but I am a YouTuber, so I'm always thinking about the future. But I really want to know is, what holiday games do you think are coming out this year? Do you agree with my list? Do you think we could be getting a lot of DLC this year and maybe a new 2D Mario game, or do you completely disagree? I'd love to hear what you think down below in the comments section. Guys, I get back to every single one of my comments. Interacting with you guys is one of my favorite parts of doing YouTube. Like I said before, I am a small YouTuber, so every subscription, every like really matters, and I appreciate it. Guys, been seeing a lot of channel growth recently. Couldn't be doing it without you, so thank you so much. Guys, as always, I'm Turbo Jesse. I'll see you on the flip side.